Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video, I'm doing a review of the Puffin planner. So if you're looking at this cover and you're thinking that it looks a bit similar to some of the other planners that I've reviewed, that's because the company that made this Puffin planner, they also did the Legend planner, the Clever Fox, and the Go Girl planner, so I'll include links to all those down below if you're interested. They do all look quite similar with the cover, and they do all have tons of cover colors to choose from. However, the weekly spreads inside are different between all of them, and also some of the add-on, like the gold pages and the other extras pages, do vary throughout. So if you like the style that the company does, but you just want to decide which one's the best layout for you, have a look at each of the reviews, and let's have a look at the Puffin planner. So the page size is pretty much on par with the other ones from them as well. It is about 5.25 inches wide by about 8 inches high, so around about A5 page size. Now, the cover colour, I'm not too much a fan, to be honest, of this pink. I thought it would be a bit more of like a vibrant pink. I have also gotten like purple, blue, green. The gold's really nice. There's like a rose gold, like a classic gold. So I would probably go with one of those colours again next time rather than the pink. I think it's a bit like washed out looking. Anywho, so they last 1 year, and most of the planners from the brand are undated, including this one. They do sometimes have dated versions for them, so just make sure you check before you're buying if you want an undated or a dated version. They're always really lightweight. This feels like it weighs pretty much nothing, probably about as much as my Kindle. It's very thin, only about like maybe bit more than 1 centimeter thick, and the cover is like this material that you'll see on most sewn bound notebooks that's like soft but still sturdy at the same time, if that makes sense. So they include these little like booklet things on how to use it. I won't like read it all out. You can just pause the video as I'm showing this here if you want to have a read of it. I do like that they give you some examples on how to use it. Let's have a look. So bright white paper is one of the reasons why I quite like these planners, especially for a sewn bound planner. Most of them will include like a yucky yellow, and I'm just not a fan of yellow like at all. I much prefer this nice bright white. They do usually lay flat. This one just doesn't seem to want to. The front here, you got a this belongs to page, and then it starts with sort of like a reflection section before you work out what goals you want to set. I really like this life balance wheel, and they included it in one of their other planners as well. Really like that, something different. And then you've got goals for each year with different categories. So recreation, I think that's a new one they haven't included in their other planners, but most of these are pretty typical across all of them. And you can do like 3 goals for each of them, or just write one big long goal. And then if we go to the next page, oops, we have most important goals for the year and a mind map. And then we go straight into the month and year. So there aren't too many goal planning pages in this Puffin planner. I think there was more in some of the other layouts, particularly the Legend planner. So this one has typical 2-page monthly spread, has a Sunday week start, undated, add whatever stickers you like, or just write it in the little circles they've given you. A lined notes sidebar, goes all the way down. And you've got all the months clustered together at the front, which I really like. I wish that like all undated planners did that. I just think it's so much more easier to find what you're looking for. And also 3 ribbon bookmarks is brilliant, especially because they're in all different colors and not just like, you know, different shades of pink. They're completely different colors, so it's really easy to find what you're looking for. So you can flag your weekly spread, you can flag your monthly, and you can flag like maybe a to-do list or a collection at the back of the book. One thing I will say though, there is a bit of ghosting on this paper. Now, I have done pen testing for the other planners from this brand, and the paper held up really well, especially Clever Fox. It was one of the best pen tests that I'd done in a sewn bound notebook. Paper was really good. Now, I am a little concerned that there was some ghosting on this one. I haven't bothered to do a pen test because it's the same brand though, so I'm assuming it's going to still be the same good paper. That's what I'm going to go with. So, the weekly spread is a horizontal layout. Now, a couple of things that are different, like this part here, what you can see is pretty typical for a horizontal layout, but then they add some little extras at the top, which is what really draws me to these planners from this brand, because they have like a weekly habit tracker, this week's priorities, these link back to those goals at the front, those categories, like you can see recreation, and then what I can do better. So instead of just like a generic layout with like this and some line notes, they do pre-fill it with some things that are a bit more, I guess, like creative than most other planners include. You've got lined writing space the whole way throughout. You can again add a little date dot sticker or write in the date. Now Saturday and Sunday are combined, so you get the same amount of space for those 2 days as you would for one weekday. And that's the reason why I've chosen not to keep this planner and why I haven't done a pen test in it, because I do like having a big space for the weekend, and I do prefer to have, like, this would be Saturday and then the same size again for Sunday. So that's why I haven't kept this planner, but for their other layouts they do, I personally think, do a better weekly spread than this one. But if you don't mind having them combined, maybe the Puffin planner is the best fit for you. So we've got all of these weekly spreads. Now, just get that out of the way. Now, the pages kind of self-closing at the moment, so if we turn it over, you've probably seen me do this a few times now in my reviews. Just bend the spine back a little bit, and then flip it back over, and then the pages will lay flat on their own. And I'm not in the middle of the book either. I'm not on like one of the, you know, the stitch binding pages, so it is laying reasonably flat on its own. After all of the weekly spreads, we have dot grid pages at the back. So I am noticing more planners are including dot grid pages instead of line notes pages, which I was kind of anti dot grid for a while and much preferred line, but now I'm kind of all for dot grid pages. So I kind of like that that seems to be the trend. Now I just want to show you how many dot grid pages there are. At the back here, so you get about that many. I will count it for you and include it in the blog post, which will be linked down below. I reckon there's probably about 10 there. And then we have a pocket fold at the back, and one thing that this brand always includes are some stickers. Now normally they'll include a couple of sheets, but this one seems to only come with just one sheet. I quite like the rose gold foil effect. Probably not the colours that I would normally choose, like with this like maroon and those, but you know, it's nice to have a page of stickers, not a deal breaker if it doesn't have it, but cool if it does. And you can add these for the monthly calendar instead of writing out the months if you want. You have a pen loop, and then the back cover is just the same as the front. Some more details about the planner. So that is it for this review. Personally, out of all of the ones from this brand, I think that the Legend Planner and the Clever Fox are my favourite. I will include the link also to the Go Girl Planner if you wanted to have a look at that one too. And I'll also have the link to the pen test that I've done from the paper from this company, which I'm assuming is the same paper they've used in this Puffin planner. So those links will be down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of review videos each week.